Sadibou, last but not least, still get to close the show, even though the card was obviously kind of shuffled a little bit, right? Just give me your thoughts on having to wait until the end of the night to have that performance.
Yeah, to be honest, it doesn't matter. Like, I was happy that I was gonna be the last fight. For me, I'd rather be. I would love to be the first or the last, because either you open and you early and then you get it all over, or you do the last and you finish the show. So I obviously tried my best to finish with a bang.
Obviously, the television network had, a factor to play in it. Can I just ask you bluntly, did you feel like the main event?
A little bit, a little bit. Last fight, So yeah, a little bit.
To talk about the fight itself, obviously, your range and length were giving him problems, but you were really able to put it together and get that finish in the second. Just how did that play in terms of how you thought it would go?
Yeah, so I actually, I said I believe in this during this week that I didn't see this fight going to distance, and I said that maximum 2 rounds, because during the whole training camp, I was pushing. I was like, I'm gonna get the first round finished. But then, like, my coaches were like, listen, you have 15 minutes. Don't stress, So I took my time, and I got into it. So after the first round, I was like, oh, this feels good. It feels good to be back here. And I listened to the coaches, and they called for the finisher, and that's all she wrote.
Now, obviously, earlier in the night, Carlos Leal did well. Both of the Magomeds did well. I mean, what do you think is in store for you in round 2?
Well, I focus on myself. I focus on what I can do to become better. I have 8 or 9 weeks to get better. There's a lot of things in the fight during the first round like openings that I saw that I didn't capitalize on. I just want to tighten everything up, so we'll see. But when I'm on my A game, nobody's gonna stop me.
Sadibou, coming off that question if you could pick one of those 3 next, who would you prefer to fight?
Well, that's a good question. I already beat Leal, and I already faced one of the Magas. And listen, I believe that we're all gonna face each other during this season, because all of those are great fighters, right? For me, one of the things that I've learned with PFL and with this format is it's hard to have one guy that you're looking for, right? Because it's a tournament. So for me, I have to be ready for everyone. Everyone's getting it.
Hey, Sadibou. Someone asked you earlier this week about your last 4 fights, all victories, but all coming by way of decision.
Yeah.
How did it feel to get the finish in this one?
Of course, it felt great. That's what I've said. Like, making the move from Sweden to Las Vegas was a lot of it was because I needed more time on the mat, more wrestling, more grappling, to cover some holes that I believe I had in the game, and I could see there was a game plan on how to beat me, right? You can put me against anyone in the world because I'm an explosive, dynamic striker. I could always get the victory, right? But for me, I always say, like, the way I fought Rory McDonald to a decision, him not being able to take me down, me taking him down, showed the growth in me. But I had to put a lot of time on the mat. So now when that is secure, I told everyone, now the knockout is coming back.
Definitely. Speaking of Sweden, you mentioned Sweden. What are some things that your coach Roland Peltiers said to you heading into that second round after that first frame?
He told me to relax more and to throw a little bit more. When I'm fainting, faint a little bit closer to his face. Like, so don't only go with the body. Show him something to be able to make him see something, and then I obviously do something else, But most, like me and Roland, from the first day I went into a kickboxing gym. He was my first coach. He's still so we know each other so well. So sometimes we don't even need to say things, I know when he's happy or when he's not. And he was like, yeah, you got that round, it's good. But okay, let's step it up now.
I wanted to ask you about your wife. Fighting in front of a loved one, in front of a family member. A lot of times family members, they get too nervous, they can't look, they can't watch, their husband fight.
Yeah.
Do you like having your wife here, and does she like watching you fight?
Yeah, we have a system that's been amazing since last season. 4 fights last season, becoming the champion last season. So having her there, knowing that she's there, is amazing. Like if it comes down to like biting down on your mouthpiece and toughen it up, like I would love to have her there, because I don't want to get my ass kicked in front of her.
All right.
And then last one for me, how much hot yoga are you going to do over these next 9 weeks?
Oh, a lot. Like I try to go 3 to 4 times a day. A week. So I'm gonna do a lot of it.
Thank you, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
You stated how beneficial the move to Las Vegas was for you.
Yeah.
When you walked out and the fight went on and you felt that crowd reception for you, did you feel like it all came full circle tonight?
To be honest, like when I was standing and waiting for them to call my name and people were starting to share Sadibou, I'm like, this is in Las Vegas. It's amazing. Like it's sometimes it's so hard to understand before you go through it. So my coach was actually saying to me, while I was waiting to get out, he was like, soak it all in. Look, listen to this, look at this. And I was like, a little bit, because I was like in my zone. But I wish that I would like a little bit more next time. But yeah, it's amazing.
And outside of your championship win, where do you rank this fight amongst your wins?
For a lot of reasons, this is a high one. I had to fight a lot against myself this week, so it was high, it was up there. Also because getting a nice finish, getting like listening to my coaches, not getting touched during the fight. Like everything came together very good, and I faced a guy that's very good, and he came there ready, he came prepared, and I could hear his corner. He was listening to his corner good, so I was like, yeah, he's here to fight. He's not gonna just give me the fight. But with all that being said, I had so much fun today. If you just saw when I landed the knee, if you hear the sound, I was like, oh! I actually did that because I knew the fight was over.
And last one for me. I know you're a Vegas local now, but is there going to be any Vegas-style celebrations tonight?
To be honest, I think I'm too tired for that. We'll see. We'll see. Like the season is long, so I'm like I might push the celebrations until after the season. But we just have to see. I have a lot of friends and family out here that came out to see the fight, so I'm definitely gonna meet up with some people.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. That's it.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you guys.
Can we get a photo?